Hello, and we are back on Best Coast Radio. Once again, my name is C. Versity. The C stands for Contra. I still owe that sound man his dollar for putting it together last week. And but if this is your first time listening and you want to put it together, call in 1-800-405-6425. And if you can tell me what my name means really quick, I will give you $1. An American dollar. At that. Just kind of tying everything back in. We talked about drunk driving in the beginning. So a good thing to do would be to, before you go out, is to get those services, the number to those services, like the designated driver program, or get a taxi cab number. Have a friend, let them know that you'll be away, or getting that you're going out, and what time you think they'll be done, and maybe if they could keep their phone next to them, they can keep, so they can possibly pick you up from wherever you're at. That's amazing. As far as drunk driving is concerned. Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm sure we all heard that. He's probably chiming in on the same thing and telling you that drunk driving is bad. But that's another thing as far as both of these subjects go. Drinking and driving, domestic violence, is to keep that from the kids seeing it. Don't let your kids see you getting drunk. Don't let the kids see you arguing and attacking the other. Any kind of abuse, like whether it be verbal, physical abuse. Don't let the kids see it, because the excuse is always there too young to understand. But kids always take that away with them. It's always in the back of their mind, and as they get older, it'll either affect them negatively or positively. But it's going to affect the kid seeing these things. You never know how well. So let's just try to keep it out of their sight. Because you would be amazed at the things that kids talk about when they get around each other, and how deep some of these conversations go. We don't just talk about the cartoons and stuff that we watch. So it's always good to be conscious of how you act around your kids. Like I'm really good at watching what I say around my co-host, because he's at that phase where he repeats a lot of things, and his memory is impeccable for a 3-year-old. So if his memory is great for a 3-year-old, imagine what it is for any kind of older kid in the household. You know how kids say the darndest things. You'd be surprised at what they remember as well. So let's kind of all be conscious of our actions. If you need help, then get it. There's nothing wrong with asking for help on any kind of problem. There's something out there for everybody. Whether you're someone if you have an alcohol problem, you have an anger problem, there's help out there. There's tons and tons of it. Matter of fact, I'll be listing some of those things on the MySpace, which is myspace.com/Best Coast Radio. It'll be in the blog section. You'll be able to find all the stats from today, and you'll be able to put up some numbers and websites where you can get help or recommend help for someone. I don't know. And I'm still looking for that couple that is experiencing both kinds of the table, of the abuse table, where it's the male abusing the female and the female abusing the male. I'm still looking for those couples. So if you're one of those, email me at bestcoastradio@gmail.com. I'm not gonna exploit you. We're gonna sit down and have a real round table discussion talk with figure these things out. I want to help people. I'm helping now by giving out this advice and everything, but I want to really help people hands on. I want to be kind of hands on and helping people. speaking of which, getting back to what I was saying earlier, the show that I had on Tuesday, the hip hop show that I threw, I had an artist, I believe he was like 18. Um, he got into some kind of trouble. I don't know what for, but he ended up getting arrested a few days before the show, and he got out like the day of the show and came straight to the venue to perform, which I thought was really cool. Which kind of shows like where his head is at. He's at a point where he's reevaluating all the stuff that he's done, and he's ready to make that change. So I mean, all it really takes is you kind of need to sit down and see what you're doing wrong. Don't let it get to the point where you've gotten yourself in some kind of trouble, whether it be legally or otherwise. Let's all kind of take that time out today to sit down and reevaluate what we're doing. Last week my main thing was telling you to make sure that you go out and help somebody and to eat healthy. This week's theme or motto is to reevaluate yourself and to find out what you're doing wrong and to make it better. No one's perfect, but we can sure try to be. And I'm all for that. So let's try to be perfect. We're not gonna be perfect, but I'm all for trying. And next week, I would like to have a roundtable discussion with a couple of people within the hip hop industry, not necessarily artists, but kind of people who make things happen. Like a program director or an A&R and manager, and just kind of discuss how we can make things better in this music industry that I love so much. Because as of now, with the economy being so bad, there's not necessarily a lot of money being made as an artist. So but there's still money out there to be made. So I want to have that roundtable discussion. So if you're listening and you do something behind the scenes in the music industry, then send me an email with your resume. Let me know what you do, and if you're available next Friday, 12 to 1, and we can get you in here. We can have this roundtable discussion. I want at least 3 people in here